a great moment when you play that first chord. You just know it's going to be a song. You just have to write it. Yeah, this one came about when I was messing around with the guitar. I was playing, I had the capo on the second fret, and I was just playing up here, and I was messing around with the open strings, and I had this cool inversion, I think, of a minor 9, F sharp minor 9, with the open strings in it. Just had a very interesting quality. Next chord, which is a D. So that was the basis for the song, and I took it from there. So yeah, I just sat down to write some lyrics for it, and it was so introspective. It sounded so introspective and so thoughtful, thought-provoking, that I thought I could add some very introspective lyrics to it. It's about wanting what you don't have, looking over, but just looking into yourself to try and be at peace with what you do have. I guess that's the main message of the song. And the next part of the song came up with this riff kind of, which adds the intensity. So it's that kind of repeat and answer kind of thing. Which is very, that bit was taken right out of Queen. I think it's either Prophet's song or the song White Man. Yeah. But yeah, I had this idea that the song could build into different sections, like some of my favourite songs do. I've been a big Led Zeppelin fan for as long as I can remember, and Stairway to Heaven, the big one that builds up, and then all of the like I said before, Queen were on my mind, I guess. A lot of those 70s bands, they had 3 songs in one song, so I had that thought in my mind that I could make this thing into a bit more epic than what it initially was. I like the idea, at least, of hiding one song in another song. So the listener has to listen from the start. You might think, oh, it's just an acoustic piece. It's not, but it takes you through a little journey, so that and at the end it's got a big climactic build, I guess. It's between the first part, it needed to build up into quite a rhythmical section, and that's where the drums come in. And I tried to add as much intensity to that part as possible, so that when it gets into the solo, you're carried into this kind of soaring solo, really. So for this one, I used the Les Paul that I use pretty much for everything. And it's got out of phase pickup, so balancing these out, you get a different sound. It's got that Peter Green kind of vibe, and for this song I thought, let's use that kind of thing, let's explore that. And I did the solo kind of in pieces, sort of. I improvised it, played it a few times, and there's a moment after the solo that I'm actually quite proud of, because having not done much production myself, I was learning the software as I was using it. I used Logic, and I was messing around with backwards reverb, and there was a moment in the section after the solo where it goes from being really low key and kind of wishy-washy, and then the reverb builds into the drums sort of swishing in. It's a technical term right there. Yeah, and it's something that I couldn't have thought would sound as good as it did, but yeah, it's one thing I'm quite proud of on this track. And chose what was best, and I ended it on the Paul Kossoff kind of lick. Yeah, little Easter egg in there, I guess. Yeah.